Good day, and good morning, and good afternoon. Hey, Larry. Good to see you. Let's just pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for another day today. We thank you for your goodness and your kindness and your grace and your mercy upon us. Thank you for salvation. Thank you for all the things that you're doing in our lives, and we thank you for our friends and family. Father, I ask as we come in here this morning that you would help us to have good skills and discipline and wisdom and discernment as we execute in the market this morning. In the name of Jesus, amen. Good afternoon, Vin. How are you doing? It's good to see you guys both here today. Okay. Well, I finished off our session well yesterday, but I took another stop out after we left. And I'm going to share it because I need to also learn from it. So let's just go check the, let me just put the starting balance in first. Gotta put that in. 9,534. 534.51. Okay, and then let's go over to check the news. I just wanted to share something. Last night I traded Euro Yen and Dollar Yen, and I left a couple Euro Yen on and in my pre-fund account with 1.35% profit. Nice. That's the first time in a very long time that I did that. Cool. Nice. You had your trades working for you while you slept. Good stuff. That's a nice way to start the day. Good trade, Larry. Sometimes it's good to just let those ones run when you're in the right way, the right direction. Excellent. Now, that is amazing, but don't let it also get to your head and get overconfident. Remain level-headed. We're gonna go look at the news. That's what we're doing. Court deadline. Trump administration faces first big tariff refund. Court deadline on Friday. I don't know if that's going to play into anything. That was 7 hours ago. This morning on the calendar, we've got core PPI in 30 minutes. That'll definitely bring some, well, it should bring volatility. Said that, I think it was yesterday, we had a red folder and it didn't do anything. But it should move the market this morning. I think today's going to be a good trading day. Larry had a good start. I think we're all going to have a good day. Yeah. Larry, so many times I've landed big days, big trading days, and then just that lingering confidence that you get from that can also wreck you. So I say it with caution just to remain level. We just need to be, no matter whether we're winning or losing, we got to remain completely level headed. It doesn't matter whether it's wins or losses because they both elevate our emotions and feelings. So let's pull the 5-minute chart. This is ridiculous. So we left off. Where did we leave off? We left off in here. Can I pull this up? Is my face in the way if we're over here? Let me check. Oh, don't have MT5. Like, come on, Josh. MT5. There. Yeah, my face was in the way. Okay, so our trading session was right in here yesterday. We went long on this little dip, traded through that consolidation, and we finished up profitable before it went back up, which was cool. Well, I went in. So this is what I'm going to show. I made a really bad mistake here. I went in heavy again, and I shouldn't have gone in heavy because of the time of day. During this time of day, that 10 o'clock a.m. my time, which is 2 hours into the New York Open, there's very often a bigger run, and I did not account for that at all. So I ended up stopping out here, or I hit my equity protection at 2% loss. And I was too soon. I was like way before my stop losses because I was so heavy. So I think this was, okay, well, not way before it. It was 29, 30 pips, and my stop losses are at 35. So I was probably 6 pips early. But it's because I was too heavy because I thought this was going to consolidate more. So anyway, I ended up stopping out there. I ended up finding a nice little bottom in here, and I put most of my position back on and then rode it up through the afternoon and closed it back up I didn't quite make it all back, but that was like kind of a revenge trade. But I also just found a good spot, and I had really tight stop losses on that too. So made some profits in there, and then got a good chunk of it back. So I think we left off at 580 or something, 95.80. Now I'm at 95.30, 95.34. So it's not a big deal. We're gonna make some money today. We're gonna pull some good profits in today and get this account heading back up. And so I need to remember that time period. Actually, we often get 2 runs, 1 or 2 pretty good legs during the New York session. And so that means I'm going to come close to my 35 pip stop losses generally at some point. And that also means that my stacking has to be, my biggest layer needs to be like 25 to 30 pips away is where my heavy layer needs to be, not like 5 pips away, which is what I did in here. It's like 5, 10 pips away. I started getting it really heavy. And the market just ripped against me. So that's that story. Okay, let's just take the history off and go to the daily chart. And we just have not picked a direction at all. Market is just still wedging now. I guess we could even throw another little line on here. Now we've got this coming in here. So we've got this wedging on the daily. So today it may break out of here. Today could be the day. Because that's getting pretty tight on these daily candles. So we've been following this pretty closely. I'm not going to go through all the other charts. We'll just go down to the 5 and the 1 minute probably. So here's our 5 minute. And then we've got this just slight grind up here. And we've got the top of that as well, this little channel. Something like that, and we're right dead center of that right now, so there's not really a trade for us. You know what, you could trade both sides of this market until the news. You got 20 minutes. I feel like I could do both sides of the market until the news. Should be good. I'm gonna place a sell here. That puts the target in just above these highs, so that's a good spot. And then if it pulls back down, I'll also go long, and I'll try and trade back and forth just for 15 minutes or so. See if we can get a few pips. And then I feel like we'll want to sit on the sidelines for this one, for the core PPI, and let it do its thing, just in case, because the daily chart has just, it's just shrank so much. It's pinched so tight now. I'm really quite concerned it's going to explode one way. I don't know if it's going to be today, but that chart can't stay that way for much longer. With the time of year, it's a busy time of year, so that chart just can't stay like that for too much longer. So it could be today where we get a big move. It may depend on if we see some big numbers on the news. So yeah, Larry, I'm really happy for you that you got such a good return, though. Let's keep that going today. Use good discernment, follow your rules while trading. If you're going to trade, are you going to trade a little bit more this morning? Is that the plan? Okay, now I've got a long on. I'm going to try and squeeze another one on there. There's another long. I'm going to really just like strangle this market for the next few minutes and try and, I think it should be back and forth for just a little bit. So I'm going to just try and squeeze a few back and forth. I am in another dummy account. Okay, yeah, good call. Nice. I ended up pulling a good chunk back into my Alveo account too. Okay, there's some longs coming in. There's some long profits. Let's get ready for another short. And then I'll just quickly show you my Alveo. I made some good comeback in there. Just go for another short there. I'm going to just squeeze this one up a little. Let's get out of those before that spot. Cool. That's a good start. We got a couple long trades already out for profit. As soon as that comes back down, we're going to go long again. Come on now, get those. Okay, there's a short profit target hit and a second one. We're going to go long. This is what I'm hoping for. We'll just keep this up for the next 10 minutes or so. Alveo. So I made a good chunk yesterday. I did not stop out in my Alveo account, thankfully. I did end up going a little over my 2% risk, which is not good. But I figured that market was coming in for a rebound, and it did. So I ended up making some more profit on that. And then I made some good profit last night in the Tokyo session. I made a chunk because I went in. The price cycles, generally speaking, are smaller during the Tokyo session. And so I made good profits back in here in these little swings. So the biggest swing during that Tokyo session was, I think, like 10 pips, 11 pips. Those are really good swings where you can add in heavier, but you've got to know your price cycles really well in order to be able to confidently go in with more size. So measure them. It's good to measure these price cycles all the time so you get familiar with them. So that account is coming back. I have I'm still down 1.6% in that funded account, but I'll get that back soon. As long as I don't have those big stop outs coming in again, that'll be back soon. Let's just go back over to MT5. Server Alvio isn't closing the trades. Sean was upset in the trading room yesterday. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh man, I was having that same problem. The trades were not closing. It was driving me nuts. And Sean was having that problem too. Yeah, that was strange. Did you experience that problem, Larry? Just read through First and Second Thessalonians this morning. It's a good read. In all circumstances, we must be thankful. And I've learned that that is like an important way of life. It's not like just a command. It's, well, the command is there, but it's because it puts you in a mindset that allows you to be really in a good mood constantly. Doing major. He said they're doing major work on the servers this weekend. Yeah. Okay, well that would be good because I was like so frustrated with LBO. As I'm sure most people were, especially if Sean. If Sean was upset, man, it must be bad. Just pulling up the news here on my phone. All right, 11 minutes to core PPI. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna just shrink this just a little bit. I'm gonna, no, you know what? I'm not gonna do that now. Don't do that. It's getting late. That news is coming shortly, so I don't want to accidentally get too heavy and then have to close trades in a bad way. So I don't mind still just trading little onesie, twosie little trades up until the news, but I just don't want to be caught too heavy because you can see this is a really good sign. We've got lots of movement in every one of these candles. That's a really good sign. Today's going to be a good day. We're going to have a lot of movement. There's a lot to be read in just these little candles here. You can see how much they're moving, and it's much better than yesterday. So there are participants in the market already, which is great. Gonna buy that dip right there. I want to keep getting in and out if I can, so I might just close that for a loss right there, tiny loss, and then a bigger gain right there. Perfect. Just want to keep moving quick because the candles are moving quick. How much time do we have? 10 minutes. Yeah. So sometimes I'm going to just show you guys, I'm only going to do this for a couple minutes, but sometimes I drop my take profits down to 1 pip, and I'll just fire off like back and forth really quick for like 10 minutes, like 5 or 10 minutes. So I'll just show you how I do that. It's just something I do just in times like this, when the movement and the price cycles have shrunk, but there's still a good amount of movement. I'll occasionally do this, and this is one of those times. The price cycles are currently have gone down. We've got like 4 or 5 pips in here, but the candles are still moving quite a bit. So shrinking your take profits can allow you to capitalize on a market like this. But just got to know that it's very easy to get too heavy too quickly when you're shrinking your variables down like that. So just also be cognizant that it's very easy to get too heavy too quick. The idea is to just get in and out really quick. There's another little profit, just a 1 pip profit. Okay, gonna buy this dip. Get that 1 pip target in there. It's a good spot. And there's another target hit. So in a matter of less than 2 minutes, we actually made 2 pips, but we just adapted to the market conditions. Now we wait. It's just right in the middle of everything right now. If I was being aggressive, I'd short it again. I would really, it's just we're getting close to the news. Yep, 6 minutes away. So if it extends quite a bit, maybe I'll go for another trade, but I don't want to place a trade in the middle because I want to be in and out super fast. So that may be the last one. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to buy this because it started to head back up. So, and then I'm taking the first pullback on the up leg. So it ran up, it pulled back, and so I bought on the pullback. And then I'll do it again as it comes back down. Right here, buy that again. I'm gonna buy that again. And if I can get both those targets hit, then I can take that top one off for a loss here, or break even. There's that target hit. So that's 2, so we'll take that one off. So in that trade history, we had 45, 60 cents, and then a 25-cent loss. So that's for a net win. So a nice little set of wins in there while we're just waiting for the market, waiting for the news to show up. So now it's probably good to just, well, yeah, we're getting really close to the news. If it extends one way or the other, I might get in one more trade, but probably not at this point. And probably best to get those parameters back up from that 1 pip now back up to 2 pips. And I've got my 35 pip stop losses on. Let's check my alveo, make sure it's all set up. Yep. All right. Okay, I'm just feeling like today's going to be a good day. I sure would like it to be because it's been such a struggle for this week for me. So let's make some good profits today. Two minutes and 30 seconds to core PPI. Previous was 0.7%. The forecast is 0.3%. Release date delayed by 15 days due to the US government shutdown. Oh, so it's a little bit late in releasing. Change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. Change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. Okay. Minute 30. One minute. Thirty seconds to the news. All right, let's back out here. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna buy that. Spread is actually still a little bit high. 0.8%, so it's pretty good for the dollar. 0.5%. Yeah. Okay, we got profit on that one. I mean, we're leaning towards dollar strength on this one. Go for a short here. I just don't know if it's enough for people to care. Is it a big enough event? I don't know. We will see. Okay, took profits on that short. Are we going to have dollar strength because of that news? Just add a short in here. Okay, add another short right there. It feels like the market is just pretty indecisive on the news. Okay, just taking profits on that first layer. And almost sitting profits on that second. I'm just going to pull this one up just a little. Want to tag that one to get out before all those bodies come in. And oh, see, we just missed it. That's just a little bit. I should have had that just up a touch. Okay, short that. Oh, the spread jumped a lot on that. That was not so good. Just gonna get these objects out of the way. Okay, there's another profit. If it jumps up a bit more, I'll short it. Okay, another target hit. Gonna see if Alveo is, oh man, Alveo is not closing those targets. Let's see how long it takes. Here, I'm gonna show you guys what my Alveo is doing. Look at the market's just cruising right through them and they're not closing. It says that they're processing. Oh, okay, closed them. Or at least one. It says these are processing. Come on, Alveo. This is my favorite trading platform when it's working properly. But it's definitely struggling a little bit. Let's see. Order history. Looks like I got positive slippage on one of those orders, so I can't complain about that. I had over 3 pips on one of them. So maybe I'll get some good positive slippage on these. Come on, close them. I need you to close. Is that kind of what Sean's chart was looking like? Market just going through those take profits and it not closing? Close and reopen. I feel like they probably did close too. I'm just going to move back over to MT5. Let's just hope that they did close. I will shut that down and then I'm going to go take over to MT5. Well, do we go continue short now? I'm going to say because we didn't get the really strong dollar strength coming in, that I'm going to say that maybe this is a little bit more for the bull market. Like they could have ran with it with the positive news. Those bears could have just stepped in and had it run, but they did not at all. So I'm going to play a little bit more to the long side because of that. We'll buy one here. And we'll buy one at these bottoms. Just get rid of all these windows so I can go try open Alveo again. Okay, a little bit deeper of a push and I can get a buy in right on all these wick lows. Try and get one in there. Get one more on the bottom. There we go. Okay, now just hold. So, also let's just like the past few days, these runs have been pretty difficult for me to manage, and I think they should not have actually been super difficult because I just want to measure them. If I'm trading my system correctly, all my weight should be at the end of my game, my trading range, which is 35 pips. So this was like a 35 pip run. So that should be a good way to make money if you're trading it properly. This run over here was actually much too big. So that was a stop out that just happened. Yeah, that one was a good stop out when we lost there yesterday, or was it a couple days ago. But some of these other swings are pretty good for money making. Yeah, Larry, do you know if Sean made money during yesterday's trading? I think he probably should have. Yes, was that him doing well yesterday? I can't remember whether that yes came in. His percent was so high in profit. Oh yeah, what was it? Do you remember? I'm gonna have to go back and look at that recording. Okay, just taking some profits on that first trade. Yeah, for the average trader, not realistic. Yeah, it's like almost 8%. Yeah, whew, big day. And it's probably because the platform was struggling to close the trades in time, so he got maybe a bunch of positive slippage. Look at the balances of that account. Oh, okay. Yeah, what is he? I remember last time he was like 1.5 or almost 1.6 million, I think. Last time, but I haven't actually watched a trading room in probably a few weeks. All right, another profit target hit. Oh man, Alvio is just not opening. I gotta try and shut it down again. Come on. Having a hard time getting the alveo to close now. Okay, let's take a long right here. Okay, I just added a one on that extension and just got a little profit on that one. Be more quiet, please. Okay, I'm just trying to buy the bottom because it seems to keep stalling. It's not really having a good strong break, so I'm just trying to keep assuming that it's not going to break down, just trying to get the bottoms. Right through here, it just doesn't seem to want to break down, so just trying to grab the bottoms. If it is a bottom, I don't really know, but the energy to the downside seems to keep stalling, so I'm just trying to buy those dips still. Okay, it's still struggling to drop lower. So I think we should see an up leg come in here. We are right at some support, right where we're at. If we drop below that, we should let it run for a little bit before adding to any buys. So you just got to be careful. If it does really break past this point, it might drop a good ways. Okay, I'm gonna just try one more buy in here. Oh, oh man, Alveo is still struggling. I can't get it open. Actually, you know what? I better not place one more buy. If it does break down, I can't be carrying 4 trades down for 10 or 20 pips. Can't be doing that. So let's just wait for it. See if it's gonna go up or down from here. If we get a big leg up, you know what? Yeah, I think if we do get a big leg up, then it'd be a good, another really good buy opportunity. So if we get a nice leg up extension, then a pullback on that trade, I'm gonna go in heavier if that time happens. But I don't know. So we'll just wait. It's just that when you get a first good extension, then the pullback, sometimes it's even within a 1 minute candle. But even just a couple minutes, if you have a good extension and a pullback, I always take that trade. That first pullback is a high probability trade. There we go. The bulls are coming in. A little profit. See if we can get a big leg. I feel like we should see if it's gonna go, we should see a pretty big leg one way or the other because it's pinched down into such a tight range. Okay, there's another profit. And a pullback. I'm going to take this trade right here. Wasn't a very big run up, so that's not that does not equal high probability. So just one trade. In just a few minutes to the hour. Oh man, Alvia just won't load. I'm just gonna have to hope that it did close those trades, and looks like maybe I'm not going to be operating on Alvia anymore, at least for a while. Just missed that target. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I did really well in my funded account already from last night. So it may just be better to just leave that thing closed, and like I made almost 1% in that account too. So it really was a good trading day already. So I can just leave that alone. Like I might check it a little bit later to see if it's operating properly, but it is not operating properly now. So let's just leave that alone. Yeah, and if they're planning to work on it this weekend, maybe it's just better to not do anything else with it for this week, and then hopefully next week we'll get a good operating platform again. Well, that energy is dying out, and it's kind of strange because usually at the top of the hour you get some more volatility. But I call them Freaky Fridays because you just never know what you're going to get on a Friday. Okay, so we had that one run up off the bottoms. Not much of anything, but that leg was a 5 pip run up. And then it has pulled back 2 or 3 pips. A total of 3 pips pullback. And it seems to be just now still pressuring downward. I'm going to go in one more trade down on these bottoms again. If I can get down there. Come on, market. Oh, we're right on the 179 mark. Let's put that level in. 179, we're on double zeros. 179 right there. So that if it breaks down, it could be a pretty good break. So if I get a pop up here, I'm going to just take a profit and a loss. Right here, take a profit and a loss. A very small loss. So that was still a net win. 95-cent win with a 25-cent loss. But now I'm just going to sit here and well, let's see if if the market comes back down to smash it down. It may have a break to the downside. So let's just see. If it has a good leg up, then I'll trade to the bull side again too on the pullbacks. But let's just let it reveal its cards. Okay, that's now a 6-pip move. If we can get 9 pips, I will short it up there too. If it just jumps up to somewhere up here, it's a good place to just short it. Let's put that line in right on that zone right there. 995, 996, 997, 1.18. So triple zeros right there. So that is also a good spot for a bounce. If it shoots up, that's a good spot to get a bounce. So I'll definitely short on that line. And if it doesn't bounce before it, it very often will pull back onto it because it's like a magnet when you get those triple zeros. People just like round numbers, and then so these lines often become magnets. They can repel or attract. So I think there'd be a really high probability for a short in here. Somewhere in here, if it jumped up. But it's not really going anywhere with any energy right now. How's it going with you, Vin? Are you still there with us? Did you trade in the London session or the London Open? Well, here's the 15-minute chart. We actually do have this little shape coming up here. It's kind of a wonky head and shoulders. It's not really clean, but just trying to find some clues as to where we're going. I'm gonna put a short in here. And then this target should be just up a little so we can get out before those bottoms. I think we've still got a pivot high and then or pivot high, and then we got another pivot lower on the 15-minute chart. I think if we go back out to the hour, we're still trending down through here. So I think the more immediate pressure is still to the downside. But to me, I feel like you can still trade either way, either direction. Because it's just not picking a direction yet. Okay, there's a short target hit. I'm going to buy that. And then our target comes in at the under those highs, so it's a good spot. There we go, target hit. It's a good trade. If it pops up a little bit more, I'll get a short on it again. Okay, so that target now comes in above these lows, so that target's in a good spot. I'm going to put 2 trades on the 8,000 mark, 1.18 mark. Put 2 in there if it can get right up to it. One more push. There's 1 trade. See, it's not quite a. I need this target to come in above these highs, so it's got to push and hit it. But it's struggling to get there. There we go. There's 1 target coming in a better spot. And if I can get that, I'm going to just pull this target up here as well for a loss, just a tiny loss. I just want to, okay, I'm going to put 1 more right here. There. And so now net profits if we can come down and hit these targets. And just shimmy these ones up a little bit more too. I just want them to be super high probability. There we go. And then we can be out in case, if we get this pullback, we want to get out of it in case the leg is going to start heading upward. We want to get out on the first opportunity. So this is good risk management, taking losses while using the take profits to take the loss. Hey Vin, thanks so much. So good to have you. Hope you have a really great weekend. And yeah, we'll see you on Monday. God bless you. And have a great weekend. I'm going to trade for a little. I'm still going to trade here for a little bit more, Larry. If you want to hang around, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine. Do what you got to do. I'm hoping to get a good amount of trading in this morning, though. Okay, almost hitting those targets. And if that target can hit, that gives us profits, and then that loss is taken exactly at the same time as well. That's just what we want. I'm just going to shimmy those up a tiny bit more. Oh, it's like it's just missing it. Okay, it's kind of looking like we just missed those targets at the moment. Kind of a bummer. That's like what I was expecting might happen, but I was hoping we'd get in and out and get that loss off, but it seems like we just missed it. Should be another opportunity for the market to come back down to this mark though, so I think we'll find a way out of this. I'm going to just short it, and we've got some overhead resistance coming in up here. So I think there's a good chance right in here for a leg down back to this mark. Okay, it's trying to run up. I'm going to go in just a little bit heavier so I can get out of everything with profit. Oh. Okay, this should be a good spot. So as soon as, if I can get some profits, I'm going to get rid of that bottom one. Get rid of that bottom trade as soon as I get that opportunity. I went a little bit heavier up here so that I can get that out of that one. Come on, just a touch more, please. If we can hit that whole target stack, I can just get rid of these and still be like break even or maybe a tiny bit ahead. And that's what I want to do because I'd rather go to the long side once I get the opportunity, because it seems like we're starting to head up. Okay, there's one. I'm going to just get rid of that bottom one. So that bottom one's gone. One more good push and I can take all this off and switch. I'm going to just start slowly peeling out. There we go. Just take a couple little wins and tiny little losses and break evens and go long. It wasn't a really clean switch, but $46. We're still ahead, right? Can't remember exactly how we did that iteration, but I think we did make money there. Yeah, it looks like we did. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wins, and then a 2.5 loss, then 1, 2, 3 wins, and then 1, 2 loss. Yeah, so we net 1. And now we've successfully swapped sides now too. So we shorted it on its way up, pulled back, we got our profits and got rid of our losses at the same time, and then switched over to the long side. So that was a really good demonstration of a switch. I could have gone in a little bit heavier because this is the first retracement as well. We had this, well, I don't know if you call it first retracement or not. Yeah, I guess you can. Because now we've got this run up that is 13 pips. Just gonna take my drink here. Okay, let's just look at the 5-minute chart. Getting this bottoming pattern coming in here. This is a pretty good indication that we're trying to head up for the moment. So on the pullbacks, I'm going to get into a stronger buy because we've got this nice bottom that's come in here. So there's a good chance that if we pull back more, it'll be a really high probability to hit some 2-pip targets. There'll be really high probability. So it's a good time of day. So yeah, if that pulls back, I'm going to get into a heavier position. But it's got to pull back. Like really, I should have got in right there. That was the sweet spot to like lay into a good long position. If I had gotten into it right on that line, I would have got out already, just barely got out of a good layer of trade. So we can go in for some again when this pulls back, when this comes down to that line, go long again. And then there's these other dips over here, which will act as support for this trade. So like right over here, which lines up right over here. So if this pulls back in here, this whole zone is a really high probability long. So we could go long here, or we could get the long in here. I'm going to just label this. This is like our first long spot, and then this is a really high probability second long spot in here. So I'd be expecting these are just really good spots. So I'm going to get into these a little bit heavier. Probably 3 trades here on this first one. And then we'll get into like 5 or 6 trades down here. And then hopefully it turns there. If not, we'll have to like just wait and then get into another 5 or 6 down here and then start wobbling out of that area and take those losses on the top. So got to get a bit of a game plan, which is good. Yeah, we just need the market to start going. Okay, I'm just gonna fade into one more here. I think rather than going, oh yeah, I can maybe go 3. Okay, gonna go in one more right here. And that target comes in at a really good spot on that third trade. But this is just one layer. And this is a relatively heavy layer because like when I start my trades, I should really only be in one position for my first layer. So that's what I mean by we're going heavier on this setup. It's because I'm seeing this as an A+ setup. About a minute to the stock market open. There's one profit out of that layer. There's the second one. Nice. That was just a really good spot, good read. Market's doing, it's just behaving right now. There, third target hit. Perfect little trade. Cool. All right, now we wait for the next setup. Gonna get into another long right here. That gets the target in just before these tops. And the market opened. Just get into one more trade up here again, if I can. See that 5-minute chart. Yeah, it's still a pretty good high probability zone, so I'll still play it. We can still play the longs through here again. There we go, target hit. Tonight we have like a partner to our church. And it's called Face to Face, and it's this little. It is an old church, but it's like not quite a regular church service. It's more of just a prayer gathering of people to get together. So it's pretty cool. A bunch of us all gather together and pray. But tonight we're doing a little worship session too. So I'm playing drums with some other guys and a couple girls too. putting on leading a little worship set tonight. Should be kind of good. Just playing some modern contemporary worship songs. Oh, record. I don't know if there'd be a recording. I'm not sure. I don't know. Do they record that? I don't think they do record it. Yeah, I don't think they record it. Like our regular church service, I think they do record it, but this one is kind of still like a newer thing that they got started, and I don't think they have that thing recorded yet. If they do, I'll definitely see if I can get it. I can show you our music list tonight and see if you're familiar with it, though. How can I do that? Well, oh, you know what? Let's see if we can look for a short. Let's see if there's a good reason to short this. Yeah, so if we get up here, there's very likely going to be a pullback somewhere in here down to here. So that would be a good, like anywhere shorts up here are going to be pretty good. Let's measure this move. So now we've run up 20 pips. Yeah, so between 20 and 30 pips is really good probability for a pullback. So if it pushes a little bit more, we can definitely start fading that. So let's go right here. Yep, perfect. It's a great spot. I'm going to put in a couple here. Pushes higher, I'll get into another 2 or 3. And then I'm going to get into a big position up here. This will be the sweet spot somewhere. Oh, right on the 8.2 level. Right there. That's going to be a sweet spot if it just runs right up there. I'm going to be short all over that spot. Heavily shorting up there. But right now, this is also still a pretty good spot. Okay, sorry, I'm zooming around. I'm just trying to see everything. All right. And then we can go long on this as well, because the energy is also coming behind it, so we can start taking longs when it pulls back. Okay, there's a good push. I'm going to add a short right there. And if it pushes more, I'm going to short it. Right there. And there. So there's 3. Okay. That's a pretty good stack. So we got 2 on the bottom. Then we've got about 3 here. I'm going to go in for like, actually, this is a really good spot. I'm going to get 1 more right there. So now we got 2 down here and about 4 here. When we get up here, I'm going to go into like 8 or 10 of them. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty heavy trade. That's a really good spot. We've got the 00 lining up with this resistance as well as the price cycles around 30 pips. Like that's a perfect spot to pull back. So there's 3 strong reasons to be shorting there. So I'll take that. That's a really strong spot for me. Take that one heavy. That could be our moneymaker spot today if we get up there. And I think it would be cool to trade long up to that point also. So on these pullbacks, look, I'm just going to start fading into a long right here. So we're taking some profits on the shorts right now. Taking some profits. Yeah, I can just let those, the targets are still in a really good spot, so I can just let those hit. So I don't need to take any losses yet. Just having that second layer is still in a really high probability zone. So this is really good. Good trading right here. So as soon as that pops down, it takes profit. I'm also going to buy. Okay, we just took some profit. Need it to pop down now. If it goes up, it can take profit. Either way, right now we're going to make profits. It can go up or down, and we're going to make some profits. And the 1 minute chart is slowing down to the upside. So I'd be happy to short it again if it takes profit on that long trade. I'll also short it again. Okay, it's starting to head back up. Okay, so we had an apex candle come in. I'm gonna just take this guy, this arrow. There's our apex candle, and we've broken it, so we're in a 3-bar reversal to the downside. Right in here. Okay, and we've got a bar closing below. So it's an official 3-bar reversal and a strong close to the downside. Oh, Vin's back. Cool. Oh, good to have you back, Vin. We're going to keep trading for a bit. It's actually just getting good. I'm not sure how many minutes you've been back, but I think I didn't miss you by too much. I'm just going to show you what's we got going on. I was telling Larry that this 1.182 is a double zero. It lines right up with this last pivot. And if we measure the price cycle from this pivot all the way up to here, we're at 20 pips, we're at 25 pips here. If it came all the way up to here, we'd be at 30 pips. This is an ideal spot to short it. So I've already started shorting it and going long with the energy. So I'm planning to get lots of opportunities in here, and I'll be shorting heavily if it runs right up to that line on that pivot. So I'm going to short fairly heavy if it gets there. But it looks like we're going to have a lot of opportunities for back and forth in here. So that's what we're looking at doing right now. We got trades on both sides. We just took profits on the long. And if it pops up, I'm going to short it again. Take one short right here. It's really slowing down to the upside because on its price cycles, here, let's look at this. So from the pivot, we had one price cycle to here was 13, 14 pips. Then we had a pullback right here. And then we had another leg up of 15 pips. So they're almost identical. So we just took profits on that short. So we had, this is what you call a measured move. You got like a 14 pip there and then a 15 pip leg there. Those are like identical measured moves. So it's a perfect spot for it to turn around, or at least have a pullback. And here we are coming back down. I'm going to take one of these ones off now for a small win. And then just let the other one come down and hit the target. I just don't want to carry it if it's going to keep going up now. I only want one down here, not two. So I can go long. I missed it while I was talking. If it pushes back down, I'll go long. There we go. Add one here. So now we're long and short. We just want it to move. Anyway, we'll make some profits. Okay, just took profit on that short. It's perfect. Now we can add a long here. And add another one right on that line. Right here. There we go. I'm definitely adding longs in here. Just as it's pushing down. These are now becoming really high probability longs, especially with their targets coming below this pivot. So this is a really good spot. I'm going to add more. I'm going to go in heavier here. This is a really good spot. And then if we can get a few profits I'll just lighten up the top side a little bit by taking a couple little losses. Unless it just shoots right back up, then maybe we wouldn't. But I'll just plan to take a loss or two as we gather some of these profits, just in case it wants to roll over and head back down. We always want to be steps ahead of the market, not chasing it. Oh, looking at what I sent you in WhatsApp. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice wave. Yeah, surfing is my favorite. It's a nice barrel. Okay, just taking some profits there. If I can hit, I can clear those targets right there. Take off a loss on that top one. We're only 2 layers deep, so we don't have to take losses on these top ones. If we can hit that layer, we'll just see what happens. Oh, I didn't quite tap it. I'm gonna just buy back into the right here and here, and then those targets are in a really good spot, and then I can lighten up a little bit. Okay, just so close to hitting those targets again. And 8 minutes to the hour. This is oftentimes where we start to see that run, where we get a long leg, and we maybe started to get it. Like maybe we've already started to get it with this run, because that's I think I said a 25 pip run. From bottom to top, we've yet run 25 pips. Okay, now it's starting to pull back a lot deeper. And we're, oh yeah, okay, we're 7 minutes away from the top of the hour. All right, I'm gonna have to go into a much bigger stack down on this line. And then I'm gonna have to start taking losses off on the top. Definitely didn't expect that to happen. Okay, right in here, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna just shimmy one of these up a little bit, squeeze a bit more out of it. 6, 7. Okay. Now that's a pretty good spot now for a pullback. And if we get some profits, I definitely have to take losses on those top positions. Okay, just gonna add another one right here. So that's 8 trades down here. It is stalling, so it seems like we're gonna get a bounce here. Good spot for a bounce. Oh, you come on. No bounce. Man. Oh man, I'm just having a hard time with these markets. So now this one is now run 18 pips back. So we ran 25 up, now 18 back. Okay. One more minute. Very often we see a reversal at this time. So I don't know. These markets though, they've been really tricky. I've been having a hard time with them. Like it's just blowing right through levels. That's the thing. The volatility has not been very good. It's not bounce. Like we got one little bounce right in there, just barely, but and then nothing here, no bounce there. So now we're at this level. We should get a bounce at this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 trades, but I'm not going to be able to, like, I can take one loss off the top if I can hit that stack. Okay. There's the new hour. Now, do we get a big reversal? There's a lot of energy coming in. See the candles flickering. It's a good sign. We need more people back in the market. We should see more of a response here. I gotta take some losses though. So I had 6 wins. I'm gonna take a $6 loss off the top. And then if it comes back down, I can do it again. Because I just gotta get rid of those top ones now. There's the energy coming back in those candles right there. Just starting to grab a little profit. There we go. There's a big candle coming back in. Okay, so if it pops back down, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go long. That's a really strong candle in favor now. In a strong turn, and it's right on the new hour. Okay, I'm going to just build back in. Long. On the dips. Okay, just going to add some longs back in here as it pulls back down. Then if it pops back up, I can take another loss on that top end. Okay, trying to get a little pivot candle. We can break that. We should see a follow through to the upside. Just taking a little bit of profit there. And we're getting the trigger for the 3-bar reversal. Okay, still pushing up. Okay, let's look at the 5-minute chart for a second. Trying to, I mean, we had, well, it's doing a reversal still. So that's good. We'll see how this 5-minute bar closes in about a minute or so. Okay, we need to pull that. That has to come back a bunch before I can get into longs again. I don't want to buy right here, but if it drops down enough, I can buy a good layer here and here, and then I'll get out of losses again. Right here, almost a good spot. Gotta push a bit lower. Okay, so that 5-minute bar, I think that closed down. Yeah, it closed with a bit of a wick on it. So it's kind of hard to say. Well, we just took some profit on the long. So it's just kind of right in the middle of everything right now. So it's really anybody's play. I think if it ran up a good chunk, I could short it, but I don't know if I want to short it right here. We could turn into like a little mini head and shoulders here too, and then drop down. right in here. We got a shoulder, a head, and then a potential shoulder. So that could send the market back down. Okay, there we go. It's starting. And a strong close to the downside. And that's kind of like a confirmed head and shoulders. Okay, gonna just slowly take a buy. Just being slow in case it wants to follow through and head down. But it also could bounce back up here. Okay, and they're going to put a decent layer back on here. Okay, just taking a couple profits. If I can get a couple more, I'll take another one off the top. Perfect. So I'm going to take a loss off the top. And then that brings our break-even mark much closer. Okay, now is this becoming the pivot candle for the nadir? We got a big wick on the bottom. So if we can break above this one, I'm going to just stretch this profit target a little bit more, because if it breaks that, there's a good chance it will go up to these highs. So it can squeeze just a little bit more profit out of that. Okay, it's trying to create that turn. So we got a bar close above the nadir candle. So it's an official 3-bar reversal. Head back up. Okay, nice. Just taking some profits there. See if we can get that last target of this layer. Okay, nice. Target hit. And then we've got a bottom here and then a bottom here. So this is kind of a decent spot for it to continue heading back up. Or if it bounces down, we'll just add some more buys in and then we'll take some more of those losses off at the next opportunity. Just wobble out of it. Okay, we're just leaning in to try and break these highs. Right as we speak. We'll see if it can do it. That's too close. Right here. See if it can pop up beyond these highs. Just gonna pull up the 5-minute chart, have to see what these candles look like. Definitely not much indication of a direction, but the volatility has been decent now. Got good swings back and forth to make some little profits, so this is good. Okay, are we gonna get the pop up? Or are we just gonna get a bounce down? Kind of looks like we're getting this double bottom type thing, so I feel like it wants to pop up. Okay, just taking one little profit off there from the previous layer. Okay, we had a false break with a little wick on top. So that could open the door for a down leg now. It's pretty stuck here at the moment, though. Okay. It's pressuring to go for a pop up, but it's, I mean, I just don't know which way it's going to go. It is still building the upward pressure as we speak, though. So I guess if I had to pick a direction, would it bounce down or would it pop up? I think we're going to get the pop up here in the next minute or two. I'm still in here. Okay, now we're trying to get that pop. It's just teasing. Super slow break. I'm gonna just get out of one of these for a tiny loss. Just in case it pops back down, I don't want to hold these losses if it goes back down. So I'm gonna just take that off for a break even, and then I'm gonna stretch this one out to make up for those losses or break evens. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to trail this up behind the 1 minute candle so I can lock in profits either way. Oh, let's just do a quick. Let's just do a quick little review. What we did. And take all the lines out of here so we can just see the trade history. Just get all those out of there and then put the history on. So overall, really good session. We right before the news, we traded a little bit back and forth in there. Then as the market dipped down, we bought, and then we also shorted it. We shorted it for a little bit. Then we bought all these bottoms, and we kept buying it. We kept buying all those dips all the way up to there, and we shorted the top of that, shorted, and then we bought and bought and bought and bought. So we just made money on both sides. We did really well today. And right now we're just hitting that top perfectly on that trade too. So that was a really good trading session. So nice. Let's see what percentage we made. So 9,568.06, and then we started at 9,534.06.